All right, we are live. Welcome to another edition of Not Mainstream, the last one for the year of 2018. I'm going to go on break throughout the month of December. It's Christmas. Christmas is here, so want to celebrate Christmas and focus on friends and family, and let's put politics to the side. So yeah, we're going to take a huge break and come back in January. So yeah, let's focus on what's behind me in the background because people will be joining in. What the hell is that? All right, so this is the Grinch. I had him for ages. He used to sing and dance. He doesn't anymore. I got the tree next to me. I also got another tree right here. The star, and I am all set for Christmas. I am all set for the new year, and I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and get started. We took a break because of Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving last week. It was good. I had a good one. I hope everyone had a great one. Yeah, a lot of things happened since our last broadcast, and let's get started with some elections. By golly, they would try to steal the election through Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis, but luckily they prevail, and they are now officially the new governor and new senator of Florida, which thank God we need that.
Also the Georgia race,
the Georgia race,
Georgia governor race. Yeah, Brian Kemp, has
Brian
been
Kemp
certified. Yeah,
has been certified, knocking Stacey Abrams out of. Which thank God we needed that too. I mean,
yeah.
those races right there. They were so hell bent on stealing and rigging and making sure that they didn't win, making sure that they lose, but God prevailed and we won. Thank God for that. I'm sure there were more races they stole. I am for certain they stole the Arizona race
Yeah, they
between
probably did. Yeah, Cinema won that
McSally.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cinema
I'm for
did win.
certain they stole that one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they, stole a few more spots out from us, which does not surprise me one bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you guys had a race in Mississippi this past Tuesday.
We had the runoff, which stemmed from 3 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
where there was they were supposed to have the special election where someone would become well, Cindy Hyde Smith had been appointed by the governor,
Mm-hmm.
our governor here in Mississippi, to replace Thad Cochran, who was stepping down.
Mm-hmm.
And there were four candidates that ran in that particular special election. It was Cindy Hyde Smith, um, Mike Espy, who was a former agricultural secretary for the Clinton administration,
Mm-hmm.
Chris McDaniel, and there was one other fellow who he didn't even get. I guess he didn't even get 1% of the vote. So,
Wow.
but Chris McDaniel was a potential spoiler. We talked about him a few
Mm-hmm.
weeks ago,
Yeah.
and the fact that he was trying that he could have screwed over Cindy Hyde Smith.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, I mean, the race would have been over 3 weeks ago if he had not decided to be a spoiled brat and run. I didn't
Yeah.
get picked by the governor.
Yeah.
But fortunately, the people of Mississippi, and it was very. This was a very racially charged
Mm-hmm.
campaign. There were accusations thrown against Cindy Hyde Smith, claiming that she went to an all-white school, so she made a comment about a public hanging,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that.
and and just all kinds of
And don't forget, and that photo of her in the Confederate uniform
yeah, that too,
and the
yeah.
hat and the gun, and people saying that she's a racist because she's wearing. I mean, it's a freaking history museum, and I'm sure the guy asked if she wanted to wear it. I mean, geez, if I had the chance to wear any type of hat, from that era, I would definitely put it on. But geez.
Hmm.
And we'll get into some more racism that the left is trying to claim. They're trying to claim that Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is racist. They're trying to claim that
Oh Lord.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is racist. And it's just getting so bad and so don't even know the words to describe it, but go ahead, Henry.
But fortunately, the people of Mississippi saw through the tactics of the left, and
Mm-hmm.
Cindy Hines Smith won the race this past Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So she will be the special representative senator for 2 years
Mm-hmm.
because this was a special election.
Yeah.
It wasn't like normally a senator serves for 6 years,
Mm-hmm.
but because this was a special election, she served for 2 years.
Yeah.
Which means, well, of course, she can run for re-election in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then that's when she'll be able to do the full 6 years.
Yes,
Basically, what she's doing is she's finishing out a term left by
right.
the other person.
By Thad Cochran, yeah, she's
Yeah.
finishing out Thad Cochran's term. That's what's going on with that. Yes, may I help you? What do you want, Cat? Huh?
uh,
He wants to get the shot.
bring him in. He's probably got stuff to talk about too. But
But
let's
yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, it was good news. I mean, and with her election, this is the 53rd seat
Mm-hmm.
in the Senate. Even though we would have had 54 if McSally had won in Arizona, but we have 53. That's a good majority
Mm-hmm.
in the Senate. So that's good news. That's actually
Yeah.
good news.
Yes. Yeah. 53 to 47, I believe.
Yes.
So, which is great news,
Hmm.
especially because of Mitt Romney. He's going to be the potential spoiler in that bunch.
Oh,
McCain
lovely.
2.0. It wouldn't surprise me, but McCain 2.0, I call him. Because we also got
Hmm.
Jeff Flake, who's also spoiling a huge amount of Trump's, I think, judicial appointments. He said
Well,
he's not going to vote for any of Trump's appointments until something gets done about this Robert Mueller thing, and he's going to punt out a bill so that Trump can't fire Mueller and all this other nonsense. Thank
well,
God Jeff Flake's out of there in
I'm
January.
about to say he's on his way out.
Thank
So
God, thank God.
yeah,
So just around the corner, just around the bend, and I
yeah,
am counting down the freaking days till his ass is
yeah.
out.
He's on his way out. Yeah, I'm about to say. So
So he doesn't
well,
he doesn't have any power.
yeah,
For my concern, he doesn't have zilch.
yeah. But yeah, I mean there. I mean, all right. But yeah, I mean, but this is all good news. Oh, and Brenda Snipes down in Broward County handed in her resignation. I mean, she was corrupt. She was incompetent.
She should have been arrested. She should have been fired uh, long ago, way before this happened.
Hmm. Well, I mean, she was convicted for destroying votes back in 2016.
Yeah, but it's the person that's going to replace her you're going to have to watch out for.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
So, I mean, just
Yeah.
because she's gone doesn't mean the person that's going to replace her is going to be any better.
Hmm.
But I'm glad she's out. I'm glad. Needed to be done. Long overdue. Long overdue.
I agree. I completely agree. It was long overdue. I had not heard. I'd seen a headline. You mentioned about now they're saying that Charlie Brown is racist, and they're saying that Rudolph is racist. Oh Lord.
All right, so yeah, let's get into it because so basically, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is apparently racist now because the black character Franklin is sitting across the seats and away from Charlie Brown and Peppermint Patty and all the others, and he's there across the table, sitting by himself, and it's like segregation and all that other nonsense. It's like, oh my god. Okay, first off, I love Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Best cartoon it's in my top 5 of my favorite cartoons. Love Charlie Brown. And now apparently he's racist because he set the black character right across from him, not with him. I'm like,
my favorite special is it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, the
I love
Halloween
that
one.
one. But
Yeah.
it might be racist towards
Oh.
pumpkins. It's racist against pumpkins. It's like, what? Oh, I love the Christmas one. I love the Christmas one.
I do like the Christmas one. Yeah. Yeah,
I love the
too.
scene, I think, where Sally is writing her letter to Santa and she asks for money and she says, I want it in 10s and 20s. It's great. It's hilarious. And Charlie Brown's reading the letter and he's just like, 10s and 20s? Funny as hell. I mean,
yeah.
And fun fact, the Fergie played the voice of Sally in a few specials of Charlie Brown. So Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. Fun fact.
When she was little, yeah, she did, yeah.
Yeah, so
back in the 80s and 90s, she was the voice of Sally.
Yeah. Which, fun fact, I didn't know that until like a few years ago, and I looked it up. I was like, whoa, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is racist. It's not. In case you're wondering, it's not racist.
That's just
and here's the thing: Charles Schultz, he's the creator of the Peanuts, creator of the Charlie Brown gang, included Franklin right after Martin Luther King Jr. died because he wanted the black character. He wanted a black character in the thing. He fought hard to put Franklin, the black guy, the black kid, in the Peanuts. He had so much backlash for that, but he fought and he got the character in there. So to say Charlie Brown, and especially the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, is racist is just complete asinine nonsense.
What are they going to say next? That having Pigpen in there is discriminatory against dirty people?
Yeah,
against hippies? Yeah.
Yeah, and are they going to say that the relationship between Peppermint Patty and Marcy isn't LGBTQ friendly enough?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Because Marcy calls her sir.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. She calls her sir, and I love how Peppermint Patty is like, I'm not sir. It's great. It's a comedy. It's a cartoon. It's supposed to be funny.
Uh-huh.
Let me see what the backlash on Rudolph is.
The LGBT, the gender fluid people be like, she called her sir. Hey, yeah, this is a great advancement for.
This is offensive. But let me see what the backlash of Rudolph is, and this is from because I have no I saw the headline for that, and this is from HuffPost. So of course, Huffington Post. Yeah. So they said that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is bigoted and seriously problematic. And all those words they love, the liberals, the left love to put in there. It's problematic and it's racist and bigoted.
No, the left is problematic.
Yeah, so this is the article from Fox News highlighting the article by Huffington Post. HuffPost, a liberal news site, was lampooned after saying Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was seriously problematic over claims that feature sexism and bullying. Viewers are noticing the tale may not be so jolly after all, the outlet's video said, and they're sharing their observations online. Among the observations, which was the suggestion that the TV classic was a story about racism and homophobia, while calling Santa Claus an abusive bigot. And this is from HuffPost, and I quote, yearly reminder that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a parable on racism and homophobia, with Santa as a bigoted, exploitative prick. Read one comment shared by Huffington Post. Santa's operation is an HR nightmare and in serious need of diversity and inclusion training. Rudolph read another. Hashtag Rudolph read another. Okay, first off, it's a cartoon. So why in the hell? Yeah, I'm going to cuss. All right. So why in the hell? Why in the absolute hell there needs to be diversity and inclusive training in Santa's North Pole shop? I mean, come on. It's a cartoon, people.
What are they going to say next? What are they going to say next? Santa is discriminating against the elves?
Exactly. I mean, Nikki messaged me. Okay, she won't be able to join.
Oh, he's abusing the elves. This is discrimination against short people.
I know exactly what they're saying.
Oh, excuse me. Vertically challenged. They would call the elves vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged. They're saying that Santa Claus is a racist because he won't let Rudolph drive his sleigh because of his red nose. It's like, what? Oh, man.
What is racist about that?
Oh, my gosh. Let me continue on with the article. The video also suggests that it was problematic for Rudolph's father verbally abuse him by forcing him to wear a fake nose to be accepted by others. Some eagle-eyed social media critics also said the cartoon is sexist because Rudolph's mom was snubbed after she wanted to help reindeer husband Donna to search for her son after he goes missing. No, this is man's work, Donner says.
No, that's sexist. Oh no! Oh, it's man's work. Oh, how dare you!
If I remember, he said that, and he basically said, "No, this is man's work," meaning, sit here in case he comes back, while I'm out hunting for him. I mean, that's how I thought that, and I thought that he told her to stay there until because he thought they might come. Rudolph will come back to the cave where they're at, but apparently it's racist and sexist. Continuing on, but HuffPost's effort to highlight the perceived bigotry of the beloved movie attracted tens of thousands of negative comments, most of them mocking the video. And here's some of the comments. Oh, look, some people like and enjoy. Let's go ruin it, tweeted Rebecca. If you try hard enough, you find offense in almost anything, Chloe said. Others pointed out that HuffPost misunderstood the cartoon as the troubling characters learned their lesson in the end. But the bigot characters learn they were wrong. It teaches them a lesson. It doesn't endorse problematic stuff, tweeted Wabi. Even President Trump's son, Donald Jr., weighed on topic and said that liberalism is a disease.
Yeah, see, now everything's becoming PC and politically correct. Oh, you can't do this. Now we're looking at these old cartoons and we're finding fault in them because reasons. Yeah, because of this and that. They're making up crap to trash these old cartoons for.
Yeah, they're what they're doing is they're trying to project racism onto all these old cartoons where there is no racism, you know, and then there's like, you know, they're trying to ruin everything. You
Yeah,
know, just like with the whole Tom and Jerry stuff and all the Warner Brothers cartoons, the Looney Tunes and everything, you know, they all say, "Oh, all that crap is racist," and I'm like, "Come on, they're just cartoons. They're just cartoons."
well, yeah, that's like Song of the South. It has never officially been released on video.
Exactly. There's actually people have actually put that movie on YouTube and on Daily Motion and everything. I've actually watched that, and I don't see where there's racism in there. I don't. I'm sure you've seen the movie.
I've seen clips of it. I've never actually watched it, but you know, but yeah, even in the clips, the so-called most controversial clips, I saw nothing racist.
Yeah. And the
And
thing
listen,
is that
the
they
movie,
had in the
the
movie.
movie,
Go ahead.
that movie was a product of its time. I mean, 1946 was when that was released.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, could it possibly? I mean, it could be interpreted as offensive and all that.
But here's the thing. I think what they need to do is have like, you know, a trigger warning in front of it. Get like, you know, Morgan Freeman or one of these, you know, black actors saying, "Hey, what you're about to see may cause some uncomfortableness for some viewers. If you don't want to experience it, don't watch it." And then, you know, explain the history behind it and everything, and then show the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything wrong with Song of the South. Let's see here. What else happened? Let's see what we got. Yeah, so let's see here. I'm trying to think of the most. I know exactly what we have to discuss. There've been a few deaths in the celebrity ring. Stan Lee passed away at
Yeah.
95 a few weeks ago. Definitely a huge impact. He had a huge impact in the comic book
Yeah.
industry.
He
He was
was
one of the staples
he
in
was
the
the arch
industry.
yeah, he was the architect of Marvel
Mhm.
Comics. I mean, what we
Yeah.
know of Marvel Comics now, and of course the movies, which are huge,
Hmm.
and you know, get huge box office numbers and everything.
Hmm.
And you know, he actually cameoed in several. Like he had a small role in
Oh yeah,
several
he's
of those
been
movies.
in just about all of them as cameos.
Yep. Yep.
And you know what I like to see to continue the Stan Lee cameo tradition is like, you know, have maybe like have a photo of him in the background and it continuing forward in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
You know, have him like you know, in one scene there's like they're at the city hall and they have a wall of former mayors and have him as one of the mayors. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, and what was it Bill Maher? That piece of crap.
Oh
He
yeah, Bill Maher.
apparently made some comments about Stanley.
Yeah, he said basically Stan Lee's comic books got Trump elected.
Oh,
And then he said that, and he basically, yeah, he continued on with, you know, the disgrace of Stan Lee that even his Bill Maher's own viewers basically denounced it, and even the comic book industry even, you know, went back and attacked Bill Maher, and even Stan Lee's friends and family even attacked Bill Maher because of his comments.
yep, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. I'm not a big Bill Maher fan. I never have been. I mean, it's like he's like, you know, he only says, something that I agree with every like 1% of the time. And it's like every other time it's like, dude, you're freaking insane,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And
and Roy Clark passed away also.
yeah.
Yeah, and you talk about. I mean, he was quite a versatile entertainer. I mean, of course, he was
hmm
one of the hosts of Hee Haw with Buck Owens,
Yeah.
and he could play the hell out of a guitar and banjo. Well, he
hmm
was great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was with Johnny Cash for quite some time.
Yeah,
So
and my favorite Roy Clark song is one called "Yesterday When I Was Young."
mhm,
That's a really great song. But yeah, very well known, very well respected entertainer.
mhm,
Um, yeah, I would say his guitar skills are on par with Chet Atkins
mhm.
and with um, other famous guitarists in that genre.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely he was very talented. He was to the guitar what Earl Scruggs was to the banjo.
Mhm. Mhm.
So definitely great loss there. Of course, I mentioned Stan Lee. He was also
Yeah.
a great loss.
Yeah, another person who passed away. Some of the younger viewers may know Steven Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob
SpongeBob, yeah,
SquarePants. Yes, he passed.
yeah,
I didn't know until I saw it on my Twitter. I was like, I didn't know he was sick. He was 57. I'm not
yeah,
sure what he passed away of. I read that he was diagnosed with some kind of disease.
yeah. That's what I read also,
hmm
and yeah, anybody who watches SpongeBob, can
Yeah.
see his animation style.
Yeah, and he also did a whole bunch of other shows. Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah,
He was
Rocco's
like
Modern Life.
he wasn't the
Yep,
creator. He was like one of the writers or one of the
yeah,
one of the helpers on that show.
yep. Yeah, I knew he worked on Rocco's
hmm
Modern Life. Yeah, yeah.
And also another person, Beth Chapman, Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife. She went into surgery a few days ago, and that after she had surgery on her throat, I believe, to remove a lump, they found that her cancer was back, and it's not looking good. They said it was life threatening.
Yeah, Dog's Wife. Yeah,
hmm
as that said. Remember, kind of a funny moment. Remember on South Park they spoofed Dog.
Yes,
And
cover was
Cartman was
dog.
Dog. He was a
That
hall
was great.
minder.
That was
Yeah,
great. That was awesome. Oh man, but yeah, definitely thoughts and prayers going out to Dog and Beth and the rest of their
yeah,
family.
yeah.
Let's see here. Let's go and talk about the big story that happened over the couple of weeks and is still happening now. The big caravan invasion that's happening and is still continuing to happen. So they're trying their damnedest to get across the border, but the military, the border patrol, ICE is holding them back as much as they can. They're throwing tear gas at them because they're basically throwing rocks and other stuff at the people. So
Uh huh.
they got to defend themselves. That's not what
Yeah.
the media is not telling you this. The media is not telling you this. They're saying, "Oh, they're throwing tear gas at women and children." No, they're not. Well,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
well, yeah, they're probably being affected by it, but they're throwing it at the people who's throwing rocks and they're throwing other foreign objects at them. So it's the president's duty to tell the people, to tell the military to defend the border, to protect the border. And they're like, oh, they're coming and seeking asylum and they need to come here and, be safe. And I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Now remember, this is the same caravan that dickhead Jim Acosta said, "Oh, they're only 100 miles away."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, the media is saying, oh, there are thousands and thousands. No, they're not. That's the lie. That's another lie from the mainstream media.
Yeah,
And
and Acosta has been put in his place.
yeah. Oh, speaking of that, we'll get into Acosta and what happened during the break with him getting his press credentials taken away, and then unfortunately they had to give it back to him. But yeah, so this whole, you know, invasion that's happening, and it is invasion. It is invasion. People, you know, coming across the border, throwing rocks, throwing other objects, trying their damnedest to break down the fence, the gate, and the wall, so they can have their millions of people run across the border. And they're doing their damnedest to do this. And you know, here's what I don't understand: why are the left, you know, wanting to bring these people in and making us pay for it for that? The only reason why they want them in is because they want the votes. They want them to vote illegally so they can keep the power and to gain the power.
Yep. Yeah, it's just, I mean, the left wants these people in here. They think, oh, they're not dangerous. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they are dangerous.
Yeah, yeah. They're carrying disease. They're carrying. They're the most. They're not even, you know, wanting to migrate or um, basically come in legally. They just want to come in and take over. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And the left is letting them have it because they need the votes, because without them, they won't have the power.
Well,
And
as President Trump tried to explain to dickhead Jim Acosta, we want them to come in, but we want them
yeah,
to come in legally.
yeah, go through the proper process. And I think what they need to do, I think we need to end the whole asylum thing as well. I think they need to end asylum. I think they just need to make it so that you come across, and if you want to be a citizen, you got to do all the proper paperwork. Because seeking asylum is giving them incentives to come across illegally. We need to eliminate any incentive for these people to come across illegally. And
Yeah,
seeking asylum,
absolutely.
giving them free health care, giving them free college, giving them free everything else. It's like the left is pushing free college and free health care and all this other nonsense that's going to hurt the country more than help. Uh, they're giving it to the illegals instead of giving it to the Americans. You know, it's like first off, you know, I got to pay for college because I'm an American legal citizen. But if I go across Mexico and renounce my citizenship and then come across illegally, I get free college, I get free healthcare, I get free Medicaid, I get free Medicare, I get all these freebies. Like, why can't we give why can't we get all these free freebies to the American people? Why does it have to be just the illegals getting all the freebies?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
It's just,
we have all these homeless people. We got all these homeless vets. We got all these homeless children running around that's
yeah,
not getting they're not even getting health care. They're not even getting education. They're not even in they're not even in a home. You know, they're out on the streets, you know, hardly eating any food. I mean, we need to take care of our citizens first. That's what the whole America First agenda is taking care of American citizens first. Yeah, you know, it's sad that these other people, you know, they want a better lifestyle, but do it legally. Do it through the proper process.
yeah. In case you're wondering, I was looking around for my cat, and I found him. He's on top of my dresser.
Ah,
Yeah, they don't need to be coming in illegally. Absolutely not.
mhm, mhm,
That's not what our system is set up for.
mhm.
You
I
want to
mean,
come in,
yeah.
you want to come in, follow the law, come in through the process that is set
Mhm,
down by this country.
mhm. And
Don't
all
make
the
just
money. Go ahead.
Don't think you're just going to come in here and you know,
Take over.
and take over and come in here without being
Mm-hmm.
properly processed. You have to be properly processed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, uh, I just don't know. I mean, and plus, not only that, you got Soros, you got the UN. They're the ones that's funding all of this. They're the ones that want to, erase the borders and make it an open border society. And that's what the whole globalist agenda is no borders, one world order, all that stuff.
Yeah. And that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
This is their agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you throw, what was it? Roddy Piper once said, "You not throw rocks at a man who has a machine gun."
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. I'm trying to. If there's anything else that happened this week. Um,
Oh yeah,
hmm.
well, we were gonna get into Jim Acosta.
Yes, Jim Acosta. So I think we covered the border situation.
Yeah,
Um, we definitely need the wall. We definitely need to end all incentives for these people to come across illegally.
yeah, we
Uh,
do.
and it's up to us to, be out on the streets and protest and say, hey, you know what? We're not going to take this anymore. We want a wall. We want them to stop coming in illegally.
Yeah.
But Jim Acosta, let's get into some Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta, the CNN lapdog
Uh huh.
um, of the whole White House correspondent, so-called journalist,
Yeah. Yeah,
was
and
acting like a big baby.
CNN, very, very dishonestly.
Mm-hmm.
When they had Jim Acosta on the day that he was kicked out of the White House press corps,
Yeah,
but he said, "I didn't touch that woman."
the
They
video
they
shows
they did,
otherwise.
but they did not show the actual video.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
they were
probably if they did show
dishonest.
a video of the edited video.
They didn't actually show the video where he karate chopped woman's arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he basically he touched her. He brushed her arm. He did like that. If I was Trump,
He's like
I would have stopped the press conference right there and be
he,
like, hey, get
he's
out,
like
security, get him out.
he's like, no, you're not gonna get my no,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It was like a kid, touching his mom because he didn't want to go to freaking school. He's having a temper tantrum.
Uh,
Baby Jim Acosta. He's a
well,
big.
he made it all about himself. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
That's what happened. He made it all about himself.
yeah. And so, rightfully so, the press, the White House press, suspended his press credentials. And CNN had a hissy fit over that, and they sued the White House. And now, between those weeks, the White House had to reinstate his press credentials. And here's the thing that I don't understand about Trump. He's the president. He has every right to tell the courts to go pound sand. If I was the president, and if the court tells me, made that decision about Jim Acosta, you got to give his press credentials back. I'll be like, you know what, you made your decision, guys. I like to see you enforce it, and and be done with it.
Yeah,
And that's what I don't understand about him and his administration. Yeah, mainly
but
his administration is made up with some neocons and everything, and just like with the whole caravan thing, and the whole him writing that order out saying that if you're seeking asylum, you have to go to this place, and then you have the courts overriding that decision, Trump needs to go tell the courts to go pound sand, because it's not up to them to enforce that decision. It's up to the president and his executive order to enforce it.
Yeah. But, the president he said, basically, you know what, that's fine. That's how they want to rule, but guess what? They haven't required, they did not lay down a requirement that I had to call on him.
Mm-hmm.
So Jim Acosta may once again be part of the White House press corps, but that does not mean that he's required to be called on.
Yeah. Yeah, but then CNN is going to file a lawsuit. Well, you're not calling on Jim Acosta. They go to the Ninth Circuit, and the Ninth Circuit enforces it, and they have to. And then the Ninth Circuit says, "Well, you got to call on Jim Acosta every five seconds," and it's like, give me a break, give me a freaking break.
I do understand there was a bit of a tense standoff between Jim Acosta and Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh, I did not see that. I did not see that at all. Was that part of the press conference that she held?
It was part of a recent press conference. I'm surprised that they didn't. Now he may have been shut down pretty quickly.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
But yeah, he's a freaking dick. He wants to make it all about himself. That's the thing. Journalists or so-called journalists, they're supposed to ask questions. They're not supposed to make themselves the news. And some of these black journalists who work for CNN are like, "Oh, he's being racist. Trump's being racist against us because he says to one reporter that was a stupid question."
He says that to all reporters who ask stupid questions. Yep. It doesn't matter what color they are or where they're from. If he hears a stupid question, he's going to call him out on it. Hey, that's a stupid question. I mean, I would do the same thing. I don't care who you are. If you ask a stupid question, you're going to get a stupid answer. You're going to get a stupid response.
Yep. That's right. It's, exactly. It's just ridiculous that they want to make a connotation out of something. Oh, he's calling somebody. He's going after black journalists. No, he's not going after black journalists.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make him out to be a racist, of course. But then again, they've been doing that since he became president. Mm-hmm. They've been trying to make him out to be a racist, misogynist, and all this crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's backfiring on him. People are not taking it anymore. I mean, here's the thing: the left has, desensitized the word racist. I mean, the word racist doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
And that's sad. They use that word so many times that it's immune. It's immune to people.
I was very surprised they didn't claim that the president was being racist towards Jim Acosta, whose real name is Abilio, and he is Cuban. He is of Cuban origin. So.
I'm surprised.
I mean, he seems to be the only one who's really grandstanding up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned about the Ninth Circuit. Of course, they've thwarted Trump temporarily by ruling on on something that
that's my concern, is that Trump needs to push back against these courts, because they don't have the power to stop the president from doing something. Like the media loves to tell us that they do. They don't have the power.
Yeah, but they obviously believe they do.
Yeah. But that's why I said Trump needs to tell these courts to go pound sand.
Yeah. they but what let's see usually but the good thing is usually what happens is the it goes to the Supreme Court and then it's
Mhm.
overturned.
Yeah.
So that's that's a good thing. That is a
Yeah.
positive thing.
Oh, speaking of the
Yeah,
Supreme Court, I haven't heard any update on Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The media is keeping quiet about that.
that's interesting.
The only last update I heard was that she left the hospital, and this is back when she fell and broke 3 of her ribs. She left the hospital and she's recovering, and that's the last I've heard of it. Other than that, I haven't heard anything else about it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. So I mean, and I don't wish any ill will towards her, or any
Yeah,
harm to come to her or whatever.
yeah,
I don't, you know, I'm not a big fan of hers, but I'm not going to,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But
Um,
the thing is that at her age, to be honest, at her age, she will never fully recover from those 3 broken ribs.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's much more difficult,
mhm,
for people her age to recover from something like that.
mhm.
With broken ribs, you're going to have shortness of breath.
Yeah, I was actually listening to a doctor on one of the things, and he was talking about that pneumonia can probably set in,
Yes.
and that's going to really really hurt her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just thought about that too. Pneumonia. That would
Hmm.
be, yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, her breathing is going to be hard. She's going to have trouble breathing. Pneumonia was set in, and
Right.
it's not good. It's not good, unfortunately.
No, it isn't. But I mean, again, I don't wish any ill will
Mhm.
toward her.
Yeah, I hope she makes a full recovery so she can retire properly.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm hoping as well. Oh, but
Uh, let's see here. So, what else happened the next couple of days, last
I
couple of
haven't
weeks?
heard. I haven't heard anything. We want to talk about creepy porn lawyer
Oh
and
yes,
the
oh
assault
yes.
charges. Yeah,
Ooh, not looking good for Michael Avenatti. And not only
no,
that, his client Stormy Daniels basically stabbed him in the back and turned on him. So that's great.
yeah,
Um, she came out and said that she basically said he screwed her over, and that he did something that she told him not to do, but he did it anyway. So
uh-huh.
yeah, so things are not looking good for Michael Avenatti. So those people, those 2 people that wanted Avenatti 2020 is not looking good, not looking good at all.
Nope. Because apparently a woman who was not his wife, by the way,
Hmm.
said, and she had pictures taken of herself with these bruises on her. I mean,
Hmm.
she said that he did a number on her.
Yeah, and don't forget, just because of the Brett Kavanaugh stuff, we must believe all women.
Oh
We gotta believe
yes,
her.
we
We
must
gotta
believe
believe
all
her.
women
We have to believe her.
unless they're concerned, unless they're women that have something done to them by a leftist. Then oh no, we
And
don't.
exactly.
Pay no attention to that.
But
No.
but I'm you know what, without due process, I'm believing her. I'm believing her. I'm
Mm-hmm.
believing that Michael Avenatti hit her. I'm believing it. Because Michael Avenatti also said that we got to believe the women that he came out that week and month of about the whole gang rape stuff. We got to believe those women. So we got to believe the woman that is accusing you, Mr. Avenatti, of abuse. And yeah,
Yeah, believe women. Yeah.
hashtag believe all women.
That's right.
What goes around comes around. I mean, Mikey. Oh, poor Mikey. Poor Mikey.
And in the interim, we heard that Hillary Clinton, according to a close aide of hers, is considering running in 2020.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That doesn't surprise me at all.
It's like the Clintons need to go away.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's basically Hillary, Hillary. She's the
Yeah.
one she's the one that's a control freak
Mm-hmm.
and wants to keep going this. Here's the thing. Bill knows they're done. Bill knows they're done, but he won't tell Hillary that because the consequences of Bill if
Yeah.
he tells Hillary that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, they're on tour right now. The Clintons are on tour. They went to Canada and they couldn't even draw flies in the thing that they were at. I mean, if you look at the photos, there are not a lot of people there. Nobody cares about the Clintons. The Clintons are old. They're old. They're old and washed up. They're obsolete.
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Hillary. I'm not surprised that Hillary is going to try to again in 2020. She's going to fail miserably. Miserably. I wouldn't be surprised if she picks Michelle Obama for VP. So watch out for that. I would not be surprised. I'm calling it right now. Hillary Obama, 2020. That's my prediction at
A few.
11 on November 30th, 2018 at 8:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hillary Rodham Clinton, Michelle, I don't know what her middle name is, but Michelle Obama for 2020 would not be surprised. Would not be surprised.
Well, yeah. A few weeks ago, I was at Walmart. There was this huge display of Michelle Obama's books.
Yeah. How many? Yeah. I wonder how many books sold. Did that look like they were off the shelves? Was that a big
Not
hit?
really.
Big list? Yeah. 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 When Bill did his book with James Patterson, and they're on the shelves, and it's like nobody cares. Nobody cares about him.
Yeah.
Even the Obamas. Nobody cares about the Obamas anymore.
Oh,
They're all.
also, speaking of something nobody cares about, the anti-Trump revival of Murphy Brown was canceled.
Murphy Brown returned. Like what? I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah, it was around just for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, for like 13 episodes.
Yeah,
And don't forget, I got a feeling that the Connors, that's going to go out. That's going to go under. The
yeah.
Roseanne-less show. The Roseanne-less show. All these. I mean, Hollywood is dying. I'm glad. I'm glad for it. I'm glad Hollywood is dying.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I mean, what were the executives? I mean, the executives at
I got someone at
ABC.
the door. Go ahead and continue, Henry.
Okay, the executives at ABC have realized their mistake. Yeah, even they're like, what were we thinking? Getting rid of Roseanne. Okay, so, so she made a comment that could be arguably construed as racist. But again, it's arguably construed as racist. It's really ridiculous to believe. that they could be considered that kind of thing to be. Oh, it's racist. I mean, everything's racist. Everything is politically incorrect according to the left. You just. It seems like Americans conservatives can't win for losing in this country. Um, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes I look at the state of this country, the state of what's going on, and I just shake my head. It's amazing. I mentioned earlier about Mike Espy, the race between Cindy Hyde Smith and Mike Espy. I do have news, local news. And we'll talk about it when Shane gets back. Local news about Mike Espy. Now, I mean, Mike Espy was a freaking crook. You know, he took gifts illegally. Now, oh, he was acquitted. You know, that's what the left will tell you. He was acquitted. Acquitted does not necessarily mean innocent. I think we all know that. Hey, he's back.
And I'm back. So what do you got? What are you talking about?
I was talking a little bit about Mike Espy and the fact that you know, he was indicted back in the late '90s for illegal gift reception.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know, he was acquitted, but now acquitted does not always mean you're innocent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I believe he did receive those gifts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it does not surprise me that he did.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, things are just getting crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I hope 2019 ends all of this. I hope, Trump, takes the gloves off and prosecute Hillary, prosecute Bill, and all these other people. I hope he takes the gloves off and just run hay shot. I mean, if he does that, he's a shoo-in to win in 2020. No doubt about it. But if he doesn't do that, then they are going to do their damnedest for him to lose in 2020. They're going to rig it. They're going to do everything they can to make sure he does not win in 2020.
Oh yeah, there was a bit of a, you might say, a challenge to Nancy Pelosi as far as becoming Speaker of the House.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up about
by
Nancy Pelosi.
By Marcia Fudge, but Marcia Fudge even conceded, said, well, no.
Yeah, do you know why? Because Nancy Pelosi has some dirt on her about a while back. She was she did something. She let a convict go free or something like that. So then she backed down on it. I mean, the left really wanted Nancy Pelosi to win. The Democrats really wanted Nancy Pelosi to win, and those people who said they wasn't going to vote for her failed their first test. I mean, I think 40 some people didn't vote for her, but like 203 did. 200 people did. 203 of them did. So those people that said they wasn't going to vote for Nancy Pelosi failed the first test. And not only that, she ran unopposed. So of course she was a shoo-in to win. I mean,
hey, listen, Trump doesn't have an issue. Trump has no issue with having her to speak.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, she's going to be real fun at the press conferences.
Oh yeah,
she's going to be real fun to make fun of at press conferences. All up there and say, "Well, President Bush, Trump." It's going to.
Hang on, the cat wants outside. Hang on.
All right.
Yeah,
so you have Nancy Pelosi up there with her eyes, and And she's like, well, President Bush, Trump, is a racist. He's sexist. He's just a homophobe all around. You know.
Yeah, those are going to be some really fun
Press
conferences.
President Bush, Trump is just a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, all around. Yeah, yeah. These are going to be pretty fun. And she's going to sabotage the State of the Union address. I can see it now. She's not going to stand for anything. He says she's not going to stand for anything. Mike Pence is going to be the only one standing up and applauding during the State of the Union. The Democrats ain't going to do anything. They're going to sit there with the arms crossed, and they're going to be protesting the State of the Union next year. So watch out for that. That's my other prediction. Mark it down, 8:56 p.m., 11/30, 2018. Nancy Pelosi will not stand for the State of the Union. I'd be shocked if she did stood up once or twice during the whole speech. But other than that, I don't think she's going to stand at all. And it's going to make her look bad, which is going to be great. It's going to make her look bad. But the media is going to spin it to make her look good. The media is going to be like, oh, she's a powerful woman. She's not standing up for Trump's sexism and racism and bigotry. That's how the media is going to spin it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think what else happened. Kevin McCarthy is replacing Paul Ryan. Kevin McCarthy is replacing Paul Ryan as House Minority Leader.
Oh yeah, I saw that Paul Ryan made a speech and he's grown his beard back out because he's going hunting.
Yeah, he's hunting rhinos. He's hunting rhinos.
Shouldn't he be hunting himself?
Yeah. Oh man. Well, let's see here. But I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all the big news that happened this week.
I think so.
Yeah, so it's going to go to some local news. Henry, go ahead and go to some local news.
Well, I do have some local news about Mike Espy. He has filed paperwork for potential 2020 run. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right.
On Tuesday night, Republican Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith was elected to remain in Washington to serve out the remainder of Thad Cochran's term in the U.S. Senate. Her opponent, Mike Espy, Democrat, may already be looking ahead to 2020, eyeing Hyde-Smith's seat. Espy's committee has filled the necessary paperwork. Oh no, this is not. This has nothing to do with the presidential. Oh wait. Yeah, it does. I'm sorry, never mind. Espy's committee has filled the necessary paperwork with Federal Election Commission to continue fundraising ahead of a potential run in 2020. This comes just days after he failed to Hyde-Smith by a final tally of 53.9% to 46.1% in the runoff election for the final seat in the U.S. Senate. Giving his concession speech to supporters at the two Mississippi museums on Tuesday, Espy called his campaign a movement that was only just beginning. Oh, a bowel movement? He reiterated that statement in a Facebook post on election night, and it appears that he's ready for another shot at the Senate. Oh, it is a Senate race. Make no mistake, tonight is the beginning, not the end, he said. When this many people show up, stand up, and speak up, it is not a loss. It is a moment. It is a movement. And we are not going to stop moving our state forward just because of one election. I look forward to finding new ways to do just that. Oh, new ways to cheat, then, in other words. Espy or any other candidate cannot officially file to run until January of 2020. After qualifying for the runoff on November 6th, the former congressman received high-profile endorsements from former Vice President Joe Biden, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker and California Senator Kamala Harris. Now, when it said 2021, I thought it meant presidency, but I guess he wants to try and run again as senator. So, well, good luck with that. That's all I have to say.
Mhm.
So that is my local news.
All right, this is not local news. This is more national. This just happened. Kid Rock booted from leading parade after profane TV remark. So Kid Rock was on Fox and Friends this morning, and he was talking about not being politically correct. And I'll read. I won't read the entire article, but I'll read the statement that he did. He said, "God forbid you say something a little wrong. You're racist, homophobe, Islamophobe. This is this, that, and the other. People need to calm down and get a little less politically correct," Kid Rock said. And I would say, love everybody, except I'd say, screw that Joy Behar bitch.
Hey! It may not be politically correct, but I kind of like it.
I love it. I love it. And after that, he got booted from being the grand marshal of the parade. Well, you know what, Kid Rock? You know what? You're still the grand marshal in my eyes. God, I wish you running.
See, that's the thing. The left wants to try and
Mm-hmm.
say, well, you can't say that. You can't say
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, and
It's like,
the mayor is a liberal Democrat. That's
of
why he kicked
course.
him out. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If I was the mayor, I'd be like, you know what? Freedom of speech. He is shooting down Kid Rock's freedom of speech.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's great. Let me see here. Let me look up some local news. I don't think. Let's see. All right, this deals with winter. This is from Beckley, so this is a little north of me. City council members are floating the idea of an ice skating rink in Beckley. At Tuesday night's meeting, Councilman Kevin Price said he was in talks with a Canadian outfitter to possibly build not only a rink, but a splash pad next to the New River Park pool. Parks and Rec Director Leslie Baker pointed Friday to a few key considerations that needs to be make moving forward. Among them, providing a place to rent skates. The rink itself is not expensive. It's the other things that goes with it. We have to make sure the weather cooperates, and of course that we have an attendant. Baker says she would also like to continue moving forward on a pickleball court and 18-hole frisbee at the Black Knight Country Club. So very short article on that. I think it'd be a great idea. It'd be good for the community.
Yeah, I think so.
Get those kids to do something. Get them out from the PlayStations and the Xboxes and their TVs and their phones. Go out with the family or hang out with the friends and ice skate a little bit and talk and all that nonsense.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned that our town is getting a Zaxby's restaurant.
I think you mentioned that, but go ahead and mention again.
Well, yeah, it's not open yet. It should be open probably by the end of next month. It'll probably be open.
Sweet.
They're putting in the car. They're putting in the parking lot now, so hopefully it won't be too much longer. It shouldn't be too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be good for local. It's going to be a good local business. Hopefully it'll do well.
Yeah, hopefully it'll do well.
We already have a couple of chicken. We have a few. We have a few chicken places already. We have KFC. We have Popeyes. We have Churches. So hopefully, like I say, hopefully it will do well because we had a crystal which didn't do well here. It was closed within about a year and a half
Mhm.
after it opened. So,
Ooh, I got some news through the wire. This is from B&L News, breaking news live at Breaking in Live. This is just happened a couple hours ago. Breaking news: the Justice Department's Inspector General's report from earlier in 2018 detailed evidence that the Obama Justice Department sought to shut down the FBI's investigation of the Clinton Foundation. So the Obama's Justice Department sought to shut down the FBI's investigation of the Clinton Foundation. So they shut that down, according to the Inspector General report.
hmm.
So, yeah, who's the crook now?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Yeah, like I said at the start of the show, that this is going to be the last show of the year. I'm taking December off for Christmas, and we'll be back in January.
But
Date to be determined in January. But
if you can't wait to see Shane and I, tomorrow night is the mid-season finale of the Webcasting Dead, and we
yeah,
are going to talk about. Oh my goodness! What
I
a
think it's one of the, I think it's
we're actually we're going to be talking about 3 episodes. We're going to be talking about 3 episodes.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say it as a preview. The episode 6 and 7 was just filler for episode 8. I like 6 and 7 is good episodes, but they were just mainly filler for episode 8 and what happened in episode 8. That's my little preview, little spoiler preview. But I did like 6 and 7, but
Yeah,
it was just filler for me personally. And when we got to 8, it was like, wow, 8 was really good. 8 was really good.
yeah. So that's tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, 7
Yep.
Central, over on the other channel. And
Yep.
Walking Dead will be back February 10th.
This is another breaking news that happened a few hours ago. We was talking about her, even though she was retiring in January, but Florida Governor Scott suspends Brenda Snipes effective immediately.
Good.
Even though she's going to retire in January, but he should have done that, weeks ago. He should have done
Yeah,
that weeks ago.
yeah.
All right, so yeah, so tomorrow night, the Webcasting Dead mid-season finale, a really good episode. We'll be talking 3 episodes, 6, 7, and 8. Well, geez, what was the titles of 6? I know 7 was,
6 was Who Are You Now?
yeah.
7 was Stradivarius. 8 was Evolution.
All right, yeah, and I gotta say, I loved 8. 8 was one of the best. And this is a preview for tomorrow night, and we'll get into it. I think 8 was just as good as episode 5.
Yeah.
Just as good as episode 5.
Yeah.
But we'll get into more of the Walking Dead tomorrow night. And then also, because since it's the mid-season finale of the Webcasting Dead, that will return on February the 16th.
Yeah.
Because the Walking Dead will return February 10th. So, it's going to be a while for us to do some shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yes, Merry Christmas. Not Happy Holidays, not season greeting, but Merry freaking Christmas.
Merry freaking Christmas. That's right.
Merry freaking Christmas. I need a sign. I need to put that on a Christmas sweater. Merry freaking Christmas. I think that would be funny. But
yeah,
so everybody get their Christmas shopping in, get their Christmas shopping done. Ask Santa make sure you're good. Make sure you ask Santa for something. My Christmas wish is for Trump to basically take on the globalists in 2019 and just put them all under arrest. That's my Christmas wish.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that note, we'll see you here in sometime in January. I'll post on Facebook the exact date. I'll shoot you a message, an exact date too, Henry, so that we'll be back. But if there's any other news that needs to be covered, check out our Facebook page, Politically Alternative Media. We'll be posting throughout the month. We'll also be posting on the Twitter. And if there's any big developments happening, I'll get with you, Henry, and we can, probably schedule a hangout and talk about it. If not, I'll do a Kofifi with Shane vlog on YouTube and discuss it. And Henry, if you want, you can do the whatever you call your vlogs, Henry, on the break. I mean, you did really good. Yeah, I gotta applaud you for that. When we was on break throughout the summer, and you did your little vlogs. I mean, you gotta do more of those. I like them.
Yeah, I may just you may see one or two. Who knows? If there's
Especially the one. Go ahead.
If there's something big that breaks, yeah.
Especially the one with Peter Fonda. You really tore him a new one. I loved it. Great. Oh man, but so we'll be back sometime in January, and then we'll conclude with the Webcasting Dead tomorrow night, and this is the last day of the month as well. Tomorrow will be December 1st.
Yep.
Man, this year went by fast, but
it
so good night, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. God bless America, and God bless President Donald J. Trump. Good night, everybody.